Hello there you guys, it's Miss Charlotte and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I'm back with another Sims 4 speed build. Now first of all, there is a little bit of a jump in the speed build just because I spent so much time trying to work out the layout and the sizing of the house because today I'm building a little tiny house, and so sometimes it's really difficult to do the layout if you have a certain amount of rooms in mind and you're trying to kind of fit around it. Because I did the tier 3 tiny house, which I think is called like a small home or something, but it's definitely a tiny residential. It qualifies as one of those, but I was really struggling to try and fit all these 100 tiles in, but this is what I came up with in the end. I ended up building a bedroom, a small bathroom, a very open living space including a lounge area, a dining area and a kitchen, also a little porch out front and a little nice garden out the back as well. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of something different with this house. Normally when I make tiny homes, I either make them really cute cottagey things or sort of a modern style. Now you don't really get very cottagey and like modern styles in the Sims 4 neighborhoods that are created. The typical style of neighborhood I would say is very suburban. Definitely with the base game world you get, they're very suburban style. So I thought it might be an interesting challenge to try and make a tiny residential house using a suburban style. So that's definitely what I went for on the outside, which you will see as I add more little decorations. But as you can see on right now, all of the windows are pretty typical suburban, nothing too fancy and flashy and modern. But yeah, I quite like the suburban style. As much as people think it's quite basic and easy to build with in The Sims, I feel like it takes a bit of faffing around to make it really work and to pull it off and to make it look like it fits in with the neighborhood. And if anything, that's a bit more challenging to try and make a Sims 4 build that fits with the rest of the ones that they've built in the world, including the ones that necessarily you can't play with. Like when you're on a lot, you can see all these houses, but they're not necessarily something you can move your Sims into. So I kind of wanted to delve into that challenge because I don't often try and build based on what's surrounding the lot. So that's kind of what I wanted to do today. So first of all, we are starting with the kitchen, which I really liked. I probably could have saved some space by making the kitchen a tad smaller, but I really wanted a lovely, luxurious, like wraparound kitchen with some really nice wooden counters and cabinets. And I don't know, I really liked it. It ended up being really cozy. This is pretty much like the dream kitchen for me. I actually really enjoy making kitchens in The Sims. It's probably one of my favorite rooms to do. And I love all the different clutter items that come with it. Like, oh, this cute little dish rack that I found, amazing. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a nice, cute little cozy kitchen. And again, I guess nothing needed to be too big because I only made this house fit for 2 Sims, which is my typical building style. But I don't know, I find it really difficult unless you want to make it quite a crammed, really tiny house. It's super difficult to try and fit more than 1 bedroom in. I guess you can always use the Murphy bed, which I never tend to use in my tiny houses, but I definitely feel like I should more. I don't know, I don't like playing with them just because they break and sometimes can kill your Sims, I think. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the Murphy bed, although it's a really cool concept and a cute looking piece. But now I was moving on to the living room. I was a bit like all over the place and debating what couches I wanted. This build, I feel like a lot of the time I was building stuff and then going back and being like, oh no, I don't like it at all. I was really trying to keep that cozy suburban style on the inside as well, but here and there are some like little modern touches, I'd say. But in general, it's quite like traditional kind of neighborhood house in my opinion, which I really like. I tried to put one of these little poofs in and I think I changed it out, but I definitely kept some sort of poof in. Also, I don't know if it's a poof or a puffy. I definitely call it a poof, I think. But normally I'd put like a love seat with a big couch, but I couldn't find matching love seats for the sofas that I wanted to use. So I thought instead I could try like a single little armchair or maybe a little poof because I think it's quite cute. Like if you have friends around, they can like come chill on the little poof. I don't know why I'm finding it so ridiculous me using poof, but it's making me laugh. Then I just kind of wanted to go in and add a few little furniture pieces, and I tucked the stairs in the corner here. I really love that now you can change the shapes of stairs because it makes it so much easier to conserve space. I guess for the advantage of making tiny houses even tinier and kind of being very good at using the space, I could have used a ladder, but I don't know, only in certain types of builds I like to use ladders because I wanted to make this quite a realistic looking house, and it's likely that you would have stairs to get to a second floor rather than a ladder, unless it's an attic I guess, but kind of wanted to make it sim friendly or something like that. I also love these paintings. They're like very, very nice swatches. They're super detailed and super realistic looking, I think, like really, really nice. But I find that these swatches are like hidden, like a lot of really good swatches are hidden amongst amongst items that you wouldn't normally reach for. So I definitely recommend for those Sims builders that kind of want to spice up their builds, like look through some of the painting swatches. There are some really nice hidden gems. Now kind of moving on to the dining area, I really loved how it ended up looking. I ended up going for like a darker swatch of the wood, which I don't normally go for, but I really like it. It's a really nice warm toned wood, and I think it made this dining area look really nice. Plus the like little pop of color that I did with the fruit bowl. Oh, I loved it so much. In general, I just tried to do a less conventional suburban for me, so like very nice warm bright colors inside, and I really think it paid off. Like the living room having a really nice navy theme coming through, I thought was nice, and then these warm woods that I used everywhere. Even like the flooring in general, like I wouldn't normally go for this kind of color of wood, but I really liked it. I think it ended up looking really nice. Right now I'm really struggling doing this commentary. It sounds so dramatic, but I am so warm. Recently it's picked up again in London with the heat, and oh my god, I'm sweating absolutely all over. Plus I can't even put a fan or anything on because you'd hear it. Oh, the struggle is real. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent as per usual. But I started trying to work on the upstairs with the wallpapers and stuff. I kind of wanted to make everything look a little bit plain. I think a lot of that comes from me not really enjoying a lot of the wallpapers. The tiles and stuff for kitchens and bathrooms I think are really lovely, and also the outdoor like wallpapers and wall paint. But it's something about the indoors, I think I don't really know often what to use, and so I normally just go for a plain one with some white skirting, and that's kind of like me for all wallpapers for most of my builds. I also for the bedroom use this beautiful eco lifestyle bed. I can't get over it. I really hope that Sims do more with their build objects like this. Like there's so much texture and like details, and oh my god, like if we could have more objects like these, I'd be so happy about it. I really liked it, honestly. Eco lifestyle with all of the build buy objects, like they did super well in my opinion. I was really impressed. Also putting that beautiful jungle adventure mirror in there because it is the most gorgeous thing in the whole entire game. I swear to god, jungle adventure, oh my god, it does so well. After playtesting this build, the only thing that isn't functional is the mirror, unfortunately. I think it's a little bit too close to the bed because I mean the bedroom was a bit of a tight squeeze, but I'm sure you can move it around to make it functional. I guess you can always use it as just a visual piece because there is another mirror in the bathroom I believe, so I guess it's sort of a functional house. But yeah, that's the only thing where I was like, red flag, I didn't playtest it. I keep saying it, but I really need to playtest my builds more, definitely, for sure. I also was struggling with lighting. I do like these little tiny living lights that I put over the bed and also over the dining room set. They are so cute, but I kind of wanted to spice it up and have different lights in different rooms. But again, I don't know, I'm not too keen on a lot of lights. Although I don't think they were in when I was building this, or maybe they were, but now Sims have introduced for free with a recent patch these saucer lights that everyone used to use in size down, and they're like pre-sized down. Honestly, like the biggest blessing ever. I love it. I really do appreciate when the Sims kind of update things to the main base game in patches and stuff. Like it makes such a difference for people that want kind of new updated content with this game but don't necessarily want to buy different packs. I think it's really cool. But just working on this tiny little baby little bathroom here, it actually all ended up being functional, which is pretty impressive. I thought it was a bit of a stretch and it wasn't gonna work, but yeah, it's pretty much an almost 4-tiled bathroom and it works. It's got a fully functioning shower. I was about to say kitchen. There is not a kitchen in that bathroom. It's not that big. A sink, a mirror, and a toilet. And I think it ended up looking really cute. I really like making these light, bright bathrooms, and I added a touch of blue, which I think was a bit cute and exciting. But now working on the back area, I normally kind of make a patio area, which uses like a raised foundation. I think if you do that in general, you don't even need to enclose it with a fence for it to count as like more tiles for your lot, which is a bit frustrating because obviously with making a tiny residential home, you are working with a very small amount of tile space. So I ended up making it kind of like a walk down patio. There is a slight raised area outside the back door, but I decided to put a really cute dining area outside as well as a nice barbecue, just like a cute little chilled area outside. And I really like this little dining set. I don't normally use them. I normally use like kind of normal non-covered tables and chairs, but this one with the umbrella, I don't know, it added something and I really liked it. Also, I spent so long placing those squared bushes to decide that I didn't actually want them anymore. it was so pointless and such a waste of time, but I thought it was a cute idea at first. But I actually really like these kind of like tall fences. I feel like they add a nice little bit of privacy and like coziness to the outdoor area, and I feel like it's a good compensation for trying to make like an enclosed outdoor eating space or living space with it not being enclosed, because obviously if you enclose it with a gate or more fences, it counts as more tiles. So this was kind of my little compromise, how I wanted to make like a nice outdoor space but not use up more tiles. I also made a cute little porchy area, but again kept it very, very small so we could make sure that we minimize the amount of tiles that we use. I think that's like the main challenge and why I take so long making tiny houses. It's just a lot of juggling things around and playing with layouts to try and fit as much in as you can without making it look too crammed. Like my goal in making this house was to kind of make it look like a normal suburban house and not a tiny house, so it just blended in with the neighborhood, but you could also get the benefits of a tiny house. That was kind of the aim, and I think I kind of achieved it. I also made this beautiful little garden area with a lovely bee box, because why not, and some nice planters and stuff. And then I went in after and added some nice loungers, because I really like loungers as an addition to The Sims. I think they're really, really cute. The outdoor area kind of gave me the vibe of like, you know, one of those communal little gardens. I was going to say an allotment, but not really, where you have like a nice little generic living space, some loungers and some plants and stuff. Like, I don't know, I think it was a really cute outdoor space. I don't really do small ones like this and enclose them really like how I did with these massive fences, but I really liked it. I thought it was cute, and I tried to clutter it up with loads of little outdoor looking plants and stuff, and I think it ended up looking really cute. So now just going in with loads of landscaping. I thought I'd leave it in for once because a lot of the time I cut out the landscaping, and I thought maybe some of you would be interested in how I do landscaping, because I feel like there is such a wide range of how people attempt landscaping in their builds. So this is kind of what I do. I kind of decide on a selection of flowers that I want to kind of reoccur in the lot in different places. Sometimes I create little flower beds like I did here and surround them off with stones and stuff. Other times I kind of make them a little bit free roaming and like a bit wild in the way of which they've grown, and I always make sure to add like little terrain paint details. So I always put soil in underneath where the trees grow, just to add like a little bit of realism, and I think it makes it look a lot nicer. I just really like making builds look a little bit more realistic. The one thing I haven't tried though, which I know a lot of people do and execute really, really well, is making builds look realistic in the way that they look lived in. I really want to try like a lived in build one day. So basically a lot of the time people go into debug and put out loads of props and stuff that makes it look like you're taking screenshots of a house that has been lived in by Sims and just looks super realistic, like toothbrushes and cutting boards in the kitchen and all sorts of things like that. Also, I ended up putting in 2 bins, just kind of like as a tribute to like realism in my city. So I live in London, and in the area I live in, we have like multiple bins, which I think is pretty normal. But in The Sims, I always put in one. So I tried to like change the color of one and make like one a recycling bin and like one a normal bin. I got this idea from Grim, who I did a shell challenge of recently on my Twitch, and I was watching her stream and she put in 2 bins, and I was like, oh my god, that's so realistic and genius. Like, I don't know why I never put in 2 bins. Also some other realism, like pipes behind the fridge. I don't know, do people have pipes in the back of the house, like little venti pipes, not like metal pipes like that, but like that's all I could find. Also, just to know, I bet some of you have probably caught on and noticed, but this speed build commentary is pretty much like the style that I used to do, but a little bit different. So basically when I first started doing speed builds, I would literally sit down and pretty much all in one take just have a chat about the build and just in general, and that would be the video. And then I decided to make it like a lot more smoother, cut out all of the ums and all the stumbles and stuff, and the more I've done these commentaries, like the more I just end up stumbling over my words and it's a whole lot of mess. But I kind of want to use these speed builds commentaries as kind of like an opportunity just to have like a really nice casual chat and just an opportunity to just catch up and things. So it's gonna definitely be a lot less cut than it used to be recently. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this style of commentary, because hopefully I'm going to be showing you a lot more of it in these speed builds. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you do like the build. I was really chuffed how it came out, and I have some beautiful screenshots that I will be sharing on Twitter, so go ahead and check those out. But if you did like the video, do give it a thumbs up and let me know what other videos you would like to see on this channel. Also, do feel free to subscribe to stay tuned for videos every Wednesday and Saturday. That is pretty much it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!